The Seaba Championship serves as the qualifying tournament for the upcoming Asia Cup of the International Basketball Federation. And joining me right now, our sports desk correspondent, Paolo Del Rosario, and basketball analyst and former Philippine team member, Coach Ronnie Magsanok. Good morning, Pao. Welcome back. And Coach Ronnie, it's been a while, but I'm happy you're back here on the show.
Good to see you, Andre.
All right, Coach Ronnie, you did play, of course, for the Philippine team back in the SEA Games 1987, which we won. You won. And Asian Games 1986, you got the bronze, and Asian Games 1990, you got the silver.
Parang kailan lang, ha?
Parang kahapon lang, no, Coach Ronnie? Ito, bata to. Tanungin, unahin ko na muna yung millennial.
Of course.
Millennial ka rin, ha? What are you talking about?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Pao.
Ano yun?
Mamaya na tayo magbulahan,
Okay,
gentlemen.
okay.
Ano yung, first, let's talk about the tournament. How does this tournament go? It's the Seaba Championship. It starts today.
Yeah, it starts out today. We're going to be playing Myanmar first. Very straightforward. It's basically like a league format. So the team that ends up on the top of the standings ends up winning the tournament. And only one team moves on. So it's not like before. Before you needed to be in the top three to make it to the next international competition. Here, just the winner will do it. So with the strength of our lineup right now, Coach Chot and the rest of the Gilas management said that, yeah, there's no way we're slipping by sending any amateurs. Last time we did, we sent an amateur team with Marcus Doutit as a reinforcement, and we did very well. But right now, this is a tournament that we should take by the reins for sure.
And we're looking right now on your screens the Seaba Championship countries that are participating. We see Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, our very own Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Coach Ronnie, Pao said this is very crucial because it will only take one winner to advance to the Asian qualifiers. So we have to win to qualify for the qualifiers for the World Cup.
I guess Coach Chotres and the rest of the management team of Gilas is leaving nothing to chance. There's only one spot available, and that spot will only be given to the winner of this tournament. And I think this goes hand in hand with the foresight of Coach Chotres in line with trying to make it to the Olympics in 2020.
Coach Ronnie, looking at the teams earlier on our screens, who are the notable competitors that will, put the challenge against Gilas Pilipinas if we take a look at the other countries?
Well, Andre, historically, only 4 teams have managed to bring home a crown in the 11 times that the Seaba staged its tournament. Philippines has 7 championships, followed by Thailand, or rather by Malaysia with 2, and then Thailand with 1, and Indonesia also with 1. But the last title holder outside of the Philippines was Thailand in 2013. They did not join in 2015. Myanmar and Vietnam, long shots. Myanmar, first time to join the tournament. Vietnam, first time since 1996. The team that has given us the most difficulty in the Southeast Asian Games in 2015 was Indonesia. Thailand also made it hard for us to beat them in the semifinals. Historically, Singapore, which has finished twice in the last 2 stages of this competition, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia, yan yung mga noteworthy na kalaban ng Pilipinas. But can they come close? Probably they can make it tough. Indonesia is bringing over a naturalized player in Jamar Johnson. But I believe that if you play true to our potential, it's going to be hard to beat the Philippines in this competition.
Coach Ronnie, speaking of hard to beat, ang Gilas Pilipinas, what makes this team so hard to beat, especially against these other countries in the Southeast Asia region? Of course, we're fully loaded right now. Sabi mo nga, Coach Chot just really fielding in the big guns.
Of course.
But what are the big guns and what makes this particular team the team to beat in the Seaba Championship?
Well, number one, I think Southeast Asia is the region in Asia that we have dominated for the longest time. Ito na lang yung natitira natin na, kumbaga, we have the stranglehold in being the solid champions all throughout the course of the last decade or last 2 decades. What makes us tough to beat? Number one, we have Coach Chot Reyes, the master planner. He knows how to win, not only in the professional ranks, but likewise in an international competition. That's the reason why he was able to bring home the Philippines towards playing the World Cup for the first time in nearly half a century. And that is also the task of Coach Chot in forming this team. What makes it hard to beat? It's the best of the best. It's not just forming the best players. It's having the best team possible out there. And then you factor in itong si Andre Blatch. I think this is only the 3rd time that we are sending an all-pro team to the Seaba
The Seaba
competition.
shots, right.
With a reinforcement, probably it's the second time because it was Marcus Doughty who played for us in 2015. With Andre Blatch around and then the rest of these new faces coming in, I think this is already a team that is primed for the FIBA qualifying tournament come August. Because I believe that the cadets will be the team that will play in the Southeast Asian Games, which will also be in August. It's a 4-year long-term plan already by Coach Chot for a team that he believes that will not only win the Seaba competition, but will likewise have a chance to get all the way to the Olympics. So, hindi lang ito short-term, hindi lang ito one-shot deal. This is a team that can go, stay together, play with each other for the next 4 years, barring any injuries. And with Andre Blatch around, I think we are going to be untouchable in the next 7 days.
Let's take a look at the roster. Of course, we're going to take a look at who will play for Gilas Pilipinas and the Seaba Championships, and then eventually, like what you mentioned, for the qualifiers for the Asia Cup and then for the FIBA World Cup. Paulo, Coach Ronnie, of course, we see familiar faces: Jason Castro, Junmar Fajardo, Calvin Abueva is back. A lot of Filipinos love his energy playing for the Philippines. Japet Aguilar is also back. Terence Romeo, we have Troy Rosario there. Who should step up as we take a look at this roster that we have? Then we see the newcomers: Raymond Almazan, Gio Halalon, Alain Maliksi, R.R. Pugoy, Matthew Wright, and of course, Andre Blatch.
Well, looking at the roster, I don't think step up is the right term, but who can impress the most? Because this is a tournament, again, that the Philippines is expected to win. Shout out to Charles Chu, or one of our sports analysts, who says that we haven't lost a game in this tournament in 20 years. So it's more on, right now, how can we, which player can impress enough to make sure that he earns more playing time when we enter tougher competition. Like, let's say we do win this, when we do face Australia, who are the players that are going to come up and who have earned their minutes when they come up against Australia. So you're looking at the new guys right now to show that they can take over the mantle of Jason Castro, that they can take over the mantle of Calvin Abueva when their minutes start to dwindle. So I'm looking at the newer players, some of the cadets, Halalon and the others, to step up and try and make a name for themselves in the international stage.
Coach Ronnie?
Para sa akin kasi talaga, Andre, it's not just a matter of stepping up. It's knowing how to win in the international stage, which is totally different from playing in the professional ranks. The only two returning players for this team from the 2015 champion team in the Seaba are Gio Halalon and Troy Rosario. But majority of the players chosen by Coach Chot for this competition have already vast experience playing in the international level. Probably ang bagito rito sila Matthew Wright, sila Alain Maliksi. But when you take a look at this team, anyone can hit a three-point basket except perhaps for Junmar Fajardo. You have to look at the template that was used by Coach Chot Reyes in his winning run a few years back. And look at the names and style of the players that played for him. Kasi yun yung template na gagamitin pa rin niya eh. Magbabago ang pangalan, magbabago ang muka, but the template will always be there. Breakdown players, outside shooters, quick, defensive flexibility has to be present. All of these things have been factored in by Coach Chot before choosing the 12 names. Hindi lang basta pinili yung magaling. Ang pinili yung magiging magagaling na magkakasama, na marunong manalo. Because I think he has always preached that country, team, and of course, winning together. It's not just being the best player out there, but the best teammate possible. We can bring out also the best in each other.
Coach Ronnie, before we let you both go, the keys to winning for this team, should we want to, of course, we do want Gilas Pilipinas to make it all the way to the Olympics. Yun yung long-term goal, like what you mentioned.
Oo naman.
Pero sa tingin mo, ito talaga yung statement. Let's make a statement right here, right now. All the other countries, Asian and in the world, are gonna watch this for sure. So what does Gilas Pilipinas really, aside from staying with the system, sticking to that template that you did mention, that did work for Coach Chot Reyes.
And will work.
And will work still. So ano pa ang pwede mong coming from a former national player yourself and who's been successful in national tournaments before, anong pwede mong masabi na kailangan pang gawin ng Gilas Pilipinas?
Siguro masanay lang ng maglaro halos araw-araw. 6 games in 7 days for our present crop of Seaba competitors. And number 2, also able to unlearn what they have in the PBA and learn the international level of play, which is sort of different. Yung mga bagay na yun para sa mga bagito. And then, also, being selfless. Because kung dating ikaw talaga yung ball dominant doon sa team na pinanggalingan mo, dito, magiging role player ka. At minsan maglalaro ka na mahabang minuto, minsan baka hindi ka maglaro. So it's also acceptance. All that, one has to learn for every part of that team to be able to make each other really fulfill its potential.
Thank you. I know, always a pleasure picking your brain, Coach Ronnie. And thank you, Pao, for being here this morning. Again, we just had Sports Desk correspondent Paolo Del Rosario and basketball analyst and former Philippine team member, Coach Ronnie Magsano.